Oh man. Oh dear. Oh my. You're gonna have to wait just a little longer. Soon. We're starting soon. Hello, Matt. I'll be right back. I'm back. Here we go. I think. You're behind the curtain, and what do you find? Just a simple guy. Anyway, hello, and welcome to another One Lion of Code. I am One Lion. Hello to Matt. I don't know if you meant to be, but you are first. Today, how are you doing? I hope you are well. And of course, you never have to respond to anything that I ask, because if you're here just to lurk, feel free to lurk. Out of breath because I'm running around. Had a meeting starting at 9:30. Our stand-up went normal today, even with my project manager there. It was really nice, very streamlined. Ooh, ripping your hair out with Blazor. Well, you are here, so feel free to ask any questions that you might want the responses to. Normally I use Fridays to answer questions, but since you're here, hi Disco. You may as well ask today if you have anything specific or general that you want to know about. So anyway, while you are gathering some things or even deciding whether or not you want to post anything, we're going to head over here. Yay. We've been working on the financial management tracker redesign. So in previous streams, we had put together this financial management tracker application. Feel free to watch the VODs for that if you want. And now we are working on redesigning the landing page, and we're doing only design. I apologize for those of you that just really were hoping to see more coding. There has been a lot less code on stream lately because I've been trying my hardest to just take my time and do this redesign correctly. But this is our current progress. What we did in the last stream was try to come up with some content to put here. Yeah. And then one of the things that I got stuck on was trying to do the coin, trying to make a coin that we could use. So as you can tell, I did a little bit of updating to the coin. And it looks good enough to be a placeholder. So I just wanted some way to represent currency in a non-region specific way. So I didn't want a dollar symbol or the cent symbol or the pound or the euro or the yuan or whatever else. So we came up with our own coin, and this is currently what it looks like. You kind of get the 3D effect to it. The number could go with maybe something a little more shiny. And I think something that would help us more on some of these is a stroke at a very small number, low opacity. It kind of gives the solid 3D effect as well. Maybe. Yeah, I think the shadow is just what's throwing off the one from looking three-dimensional. So I'm just going to get rid of the shadow. And then for the stroke on the gradient, we're going to, or on the number, we're going to give it a gradient so that it does kind of look like, what does everything else have? Darker on the top left, lighter on the bottom right. And I always get this upside down, so forgive me. Aha, yes. So because I told myself that I get it upside down, I did it in the right direction this time. Yay. I would like you to be at an angle, please. Pretty please. And put this bottom corner into the yellows, but darker, but not too darker, with more opacity there. Oh my gosh, I can't. That's good. That's good. Good. Anyway, let me move my mic over just a little. It feels like I get further and further away from my microphone. I don't know what's going on. Still not quite. Maybe an inner, well, the thing that I haven't figured out with the inner shadow is how do I make it so that it only, no, not background blur, so that it only affects the portion of it, like the top left portion. And I think there really isn't a good way to do that. Spread is not supported for the frame. Oh, yeah, that's weird. Why are you saying that I'm trying to use this on a frame? Oh, only supported for rectangle. I can read. Only supported for rectangles, ellipses, frames, and components. And this is a text layer. Is AI gonna steal our jobs, One Lion? Hopefully. I mean, like, no matter what happens, I'm still gonna be writing code, but hopefully it'll be on my terms in the future. I don't know. I'm kind of looking forward to a lot more automation as far as it goes with doing uninteresting work or work that I'm not really, like me personally, am not interested in doing. So automating that would be awesome for me. It's just really interesting that we have such a culture, and it's like not just the US, it's so widespread, such a culture that we are really concerned with not being able to do work the way we currently do, because we can't really imagine what work would look like, or how we would be able to make a living, how we would be able to make money doing work differently. And it's like, I can see it. Because no matter what happens with AI, we're still going to have stuff to be able to do. Oh, questions in Discord. Yes, we will look. Oh, to Stack Overflow. If you want, post links to the Stack Overflow questions in our Discord if you want. Again, there is no requirement for you to be in our Discord at all. You are definitely welcome to post the links here in chat to your questions. But anyway, that's not to say that it's a good or bad thing that AI is getting smarter and able to write code. There's still a lot of things that would disappear that developers would prefer to continue being able to do. So I definitely understand that concern. And I don't want to downplay it either. I don't want to say that my way is the right way to think. Oh, it's right here. This bottom edge is what's making it look not 3D for this. No, the Discord link is Baroque. Do I need to create a new invite link? No, that definitely takes us to our app, or to our server. That's no good. Try a different browser? Is there a way for you to add servers or search for servers via Discord directly? Search MDZU5TX. Nope. Wow, that's really interesting. Is there no way to join a server with an invite link from Discord? Do you have to use browser? Internet. How to join with a code. You're going to spend 10 minutes. Oh, there's a plus sign. Have an invite already. Okay, so how do I do this? I go to stream announcements. Yeah, there we go. Okay, the way that you can join a server from the Discord app is you click on the plus sign, add a server down here, which I totally missed, was blind to. And then have an invite already, join a server, paste in the link. I said paste in the link and then join server. Or just the code itself, apparently. See you. See you. Oops. Welcome in, Matt. All right. Every movie ever. Okay, let's take a look at your Stack Overflow post, one of them at least. And then we will get on. Zuri said, to be honest, it's not that good, it's not that good at writing code still. It is pretty good in my opinion, again. just based off of how I've used it. It is actually pretty good at writing code. Now, the thing that it sucks at the most is keeping context. And so it's like, if you want it to help you write an application instead of just like reviewing code or improving existing code, this is Blazor, right? So how about codehelp.net or the Blazor Help Me channel? But yeah, whichever channel you want. So yeah, currently it's not good enough to write an entire application on its own. Maybe if you're clever enough and you make enough agents and then you provide context the right way for every step of the process, it could be good enough, maybe. But it still needs a good eye. It still needs someone to look at it and be like, that's not right. Nope. Good try, good effort. So let's tweak that. Minus 0.22. Where's my shadow? I don't see you. No blur. There we go. That kind of helped. And now our stroke can move back down. Like so. Okay, does that give us a little bit more of a 3D looking one? That doesn't look out of place? Not really. Son of a... Whatever. We have a coin-ish thing. It's good enough that we know it's supposed to be a coin. So there we go. But anyway, I didn't want to just like keep cutting over. I'm just trying to do stuff. Do too many thoughts at the same time. I want the link for this Stack Overflow post, please. Okay, so I have a modified Blazor, or modified Blazor. I have a Blazor web app. Auto fetches items from the database client side. I have already created services and controllers to fetch all items, which works, but when I try and search for a specific item, it breaks and I get issue with rendering 500 internal server error. In your design a bearer items model, looks like JSON serialization issue. Do you have, oh, I guess I should read. Here's the relevant code. Yeah, we'll look at the relevant code. The request matched multiple endpoints. Aha. So you have a HTTP GET category, string category. It sounds like you also have another endpoint in your item controller that has a HTTP GET with a string. So it doesn't have to be category, with a string endpoint. String placeholder endpoint is what I'm trying to say. AI won what? Yeah, so like the conversation about just how impactful is AI going to be on the software development industry for software developers is a really, really, really interesting one. For me, it's a conversation that I like having. Oh, okay. Oh. API/item/ID and then API/item/category. So here would be my recommendation, Matt, for this one. And I am not able to post stuff other than, like everyone else, responses to the comments. And you do have some responses, so that's cool. But for your controller actions, this first one, instead of for your get items by category, just instead of taking in the category as part of the route, take in the category as a query string parameter. So HTTP GET, and then this would be from query string as opposed to from route. Are you redesigning the whole financial management software? Right now, we are only redesigning the user interface. We do have plans and ideas for improving the functionality and adding things that aren't there, adding features. But the very first thing that we're going to do is improve what this looks like. And yeah, cool. And I think I might have examples of that too. So in financial management, I'm taking the same approach you are, where I have services, like my calculator service. Oh man, some of these are just really hard to follow. So I have services, and then I have a client-side implementation if it's running from a client-side application, and then I have the server-side implementation when it's running on server. So on server, or from the client side, it does a HTTP request, just like yours does, to an API endpoint, and that API endpoint is found in my controllers. In my API. And so here is my get all accounts. Now, what I would do in order to allow you to do by category is in my get all accounts string nullable category, or maybe instead of yeah, we'll just do string nullable and then make it optional or default, whatever you want, whatever your preferred typing of that is, and then pass that in. So it should know to look for a query string parameter, but if you want to be 100% clear, then you can use the from query attribute. And that way you can use this endpoint to get all or get accounts, and then you can have some sort of blocker that says, if you don't specify a category, then you only return all the ones for a specific category if you don't want anyone to be able to hit the endpoint without specifying a category. Same thing though, if you absolutely want to require it, then make it not nullable. And that way, when you form your request, API/items, I think. Item. Question mark. Category equals. And in your case, category equals category. Because I think it's getting confused with your ID, because your ID is also a from route. But anything inside of this is a template, which means that any templated route would match up. So it'll assume that all templated routes are the same endpoint, the same possible endpoints. Another alternative is just to have your get all with no endpoint, and then have your by category be categories / category. So if you still want to use the from route, then you could do it that way as well. So those are 2 suggestions. That was fun. Thank you for bringing that up and actually trusting us with it. And hello, Napalm. And of course, if anyone else has differing opinions, please feel free to contribute. My way is not necessarily the right way. I don't ever believe that I can come up with the best solution for every question. Okay, back to the design. So we have a coin. The other thing that I wanted to do with this coin, by the way, is duplicate it so that I can make a flat coin using this as my template. And since we have the new plugin, we should be able to do this a little bit easier, I hope. So the plugin that I'm talking about that I am using is, we're going to call this 3D Flat. 3D Flat, yes. Perfect. Because, you know, when it's 3D, you can still do flat. We're going to use this Fig 3D. Convert selection to 3D. Oh, I don't like what it's doing to the those things. Whoa. Yes. All right, less height. Oh, it looks like a cookie. Oh my goodness, that looks like a really tasty cookie too. Look at that tasty. Okay, was there a Z rotate so that it's laying flat? Y rotate. Wait, this is lighting, or this feels like it's lighting. That's lighting. I was like, that's not actually rotating. I mean, yes, shadows, but not on the floor. Gosh. This middle one. What can we do with this middle one? Oh, nice. Nice. And this bottom one? Can I just get rid of those? That's what I want. I want this one here to go away. Not visible. This one here. There it is. To be not visible. This is such a cool tool. Or plugin. Kudos to whoever created this thing. What is this? Ah, stroke material. Okay, perspective. I don't like it in perspective. As long as it doesn't change the actual width of the coin. How do I get you to lay down flat though? Can I manually set? Because we can always work with the layer coloring. That's not a problem. We can make this work. But I want to be able to lay this thing down flat. And the only thing I get are lighting settings. It's weird that they have 3D extrude and the only thing you can do is check in the Z direction. So it's like, what happens if? Yeah, how do I get this thing to lay flat? I think if we reset, how do I would like to start over, please. This is so cool though. No shadows. Ah, no shadow for the whole coin, but these individual parts can have shadows. Good. And is there a way for me to drag this only so that it rotates around the x-axis? This one going out to the right. Kind of doesn't look like it. But we also do have that perspective tool. OMG, daylight changes. I'm sorry, Dugasoft. You'll catch up soon enough. You'll lose your hour of sleep. I think you guys still have 2 weekends before your time changes. Hell no. Do you live in a I'm booking holiday. I was gonna say, do you live in a place that doesn't do time changes, Zuris? Is that what the hell no was for? Because we were supposed to have, well, I mean, over the past 3 to 4 years, there have been talks about abolishing, is that the word? Getting rid of, doing away with daylight savings time adjustments. But we still aren't there. Okay, I'm gonna try really hard to move this only in a straight vertical line up. You would think that doing something like holding Shift or pressing Z or X would lock it around whatever axis you are intending. Man, this looks like an ice cream sandwich now with icing on top. We got this. I got this. Okay. That's why I love this little button right here. Oh, you can't see that. This little button right here on the mouse. It makes it so that I can be in precision mode, like any good designer. Squish you down, coin size, make you indivisible, make you indivisible. Oops, wrong one. Oh, that was the right one. What is this? Why are you still visible if you're, oh, stroke. I keep forgetting that. Okay, so that looks like a coin that is laying flat on a surface. I hope. So we're gonna try it out. I'm gonna pop it in right here. Cool. Or did you only give me? Oh, wow. Did you just only generate an image of it? How am I supposed to modify the different layers and things? Like the coloring. Fill material. That's how. What color? Why doesn't that look like it's doing a thing? Because you need the hash in order for it to... Oh, no, it converted the rest of them. No, it didn't. Ah. Fill material. Oh, this is so confusing stuff. It's a really cool tool, but it's not as robust as you would hope. So, oh yeah, okay. So I think that if this still ends up not working the way that I want, we're gonna drop it. And the reason why is because when you think fill material, you know, fill. Oh no, we do it, sadly. I'm from England. If this does not work, oh, you can make it metallic though. No. Smooth metallic. There's so much you can do. What I'm trying to get at is that when you think about how you use graphics in a web application, you don't always rely on only SVGs, and that's essentially what I'm doing with all of my icons. I'm trying to make everything that I need in some kind of vector graphic, whereas some images are just that, images. And so if needed, if we need something like a stack of coins, even if it's illustrated like this, we can do it in Photoshop. We don't have to rely on SVGs to make three-dimensional stuff, especially since in Figma you don't really have all the tools you would need to make 3D images or 3D style stuff. Like this is the closest that I've gotten to anything that actually looks 3D. Which I guess if I apply the same kind of gradient to the coin itself. Put a couple of breaks. That's not what I did. Whatever. I need it to be radial now that I think of it. Or angular. Angular would be good. That's cool. Why is my eyedropper on? Where's my rotate? I know I just saw the rotate. Wait, I thought I was moving only this way. Excuse me, how do I move only this one? Dude, whatever. Okay, whatever. How do I move the whole thing? Jeez. Wow, this is so odd. Okay, this is sizing the circumference. And this is moving relative to this point. So if we place this where we want, and then this, all right, we got this. It still doesn't quite look like an angle. Aha. Aha. Anyway, what does that even look like? Oh my gosh, that's terrible. Oh geez, and there is no undoing that. I was trying to make a sheen, okay? Which we can still do. Actually, we can still do. The other thing that we could do to make a sheen is to just create another ellipse. Duplicate. And edit it. And make it lighter color. Get rid of the gradient. No, I've got great aim. Watch me do it. Oops. I always do that, man. Oh, you were supposed to move too, dude. Oh, that's why. Yay. All right, let's just pull all of these corners in. There we go. All right, now we're getting somewhere, I think. Go like this. Go like this. Rotate? I can't rotate. Man. Something. So the point is that we have a sheen on the coin itself, which I guess a corner sheen like this doesn't make sense. Number one, because light source would be more like this direction. Number two is because the coin is mostly flat and not rounded on top, not dome shaped. That's what I'm trying to say. I know words. So this would be something that goes across the coin as opposed to only in that corner. And I like to line you up so that you start moving. Yeah. Oh, wait. Yes. Cool. So if you start running into a thing where your diagonal line thingy is not quite doing the diagonal line thingy. Then you just line them up and then it'll start doing the diagonal line thingy. You guys know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Okay, so there we go. We have a sheen, and now we make this sheen mostly transparent. Maybe a second one. It's more of a rectangle. A nice rounded edge. What am I doing? I think I just duplicated a vertex. There we go. Okay, we'll choose a light yellow color. And we'll give you a mostly transparency. I don't know. I'm trying too hard. Moving on. Matt said, if my category is a string like teddy bear, how would I put that in the params like as it's like that in the database? You can do spaces in string parameters, definitely. So if you were to do that one, what it would end up looking like is API / item / or not / question mark category equals teddy plus bear, and yeah, that's it. So when you URL encode this, the plus sign or the space would get turned into a plus sign. And even if you don't purposefully URL encode it, it's still gonna do this. So there will be a space and it'll be fine. It'll still work with the space. Because the delimiter it would look for next is an ampersand to give you any other string parameters or query string parameters. You could also do %20. And I think you are right. So it will automatically turn it into %20 instead of the plus sign. But you could use plus sign as well, I think. You know what? Go with Coding Gorilla. I'm sure Coding Gorilla knows what they're talking about more than I do. If you do run into issues, what you could do is on the client side, when you're doing your category, you could do, what is it called? Web utility .url encode. I think it's web utility. You know what? Let's go find out. I don't want to just give you this stuff off the top of my head anymore. Which one of you guys takes a query string parameter? I don't think anything. Oh, these guys. But none of you are strings. Not helpful. Lookups. Yeah, so my lookups would be an example that I could give to you, except that I'm using an enum for my categories, and so I have an endpoint that is specific to each enum member. And that's what I was going to recommend, but I'm like, you already have an approach that you're taking, and it seems like the type of app that you're doing would have the ability to add categories ad hoc, whereas in enum, you are kind of limited to the categories that you specify in the enum. But those are all routes. So I don't think that I have anything that takes a string as a route parameter. It all works. All right, then. You're good to go then. Yes. Congratulations. I love that feeling. Oh, man. Glad you shared it with us. So, as you can tell, if you do have any other pitfalls or hangups or anything that you would like to ask for help with, you have a good community here with people that are willing to answer and not berate you for being a noob. Oh my gosh, it's the worst thing ever. You're supposed to know everything right out the bat. Right off the bat. Right out the box is what I was trying to say. What's wrong with you? Recently, no, my high horse is coming back. Recently, I was trying to get a local, an MMO that I used to play and get a local server running for that particular MMO. And I've done this with another one and it works great and it's awesome. But this other one is like the server itself was, you know, there's very little documentation on how to get it set up already as it is. But when you ask questions in forums or you read other people's questions, they're like, essentially, if you don't know how to do this, then you shouldn't be doing it. And it's like, no, I disagree. I swear all I do is join and bug you every 5 minutes. Fridays are definitely going to be the best days for that, because that's when I try to focus predominantly on chat and questions and stuff and try to go into detail. But if you just happen to ask them during the stream, during a normal Monday, Wednesday stream, I'll still do my best to answer. I just won't do as in-depth of research to try to figure it out. You work Fridays. Aww. Well, even more reason for me to respond to your questions anyway. I wonder if I can use this coin for the graphic. Excuse me, can I borrow you? Right. That coin itself is not a graphic. The piggy bank is a graphic. Well, that's bright. Oh my goodness. I am sorry for all of you who were looking at the screen when I switched to that tab. Ooh. Hope you can still hear me okay. You there. Okay, so this coin itself is not a graphic. So I should be able to paste to replace. No, I cannot paste to replace this in the component itself. And why not? I can delete though. All right, then just paste. Oh, and having the baked in, whatever this thing is called, glare, probably wouldn't really work when I'm doing something like this. Oh, that's why. I get it. Because the piggy bank card is a component, but the graphic piggy bank is also a component. So take me to le componente des. There it is. Wait, that is what I tried to edit before, and it didn't let me do it here either. Whatever. Okay, whatever. Whoa. Apps. Long live Visual Studio. Napalm said latest writer release seems to have broken some things with Azure functions. That's sad. Matt says I need to afford my pot noodles. Absolutely understand though. There are still things that I am trying to plan for purchasing. Actually, the one I wanted to keep that one. That one. Okay, does that look okay? Not really. This one looks like it's gonna miss. Yeah, I like 3 better. I can give you a drop shadow. Drop shadow. Drop shadow. Cool. Okay. I work Fridays, so I can't join then as I work in the club part-time. Do you feel like talking about what the type of club is? You're more than welcome to. Again, if you are currently busy doing now that you are unstuck a little bit, if you're currently busy doing stuff with that, then don't let me interrupt you. Your shadows need to be offset. A little less blur. A little bit closer. Maybe no shadow on that last one. Right, I would need some kind of mask so that we don't get the shadow out here. But that's fine. Again, we're going for, I need to keep reminding myself, man. We're going for look and feel. We aren't, and yeah, this just looks odd. We have a 2D-ish pig with 3D coins. So I'm gonna undo all that. Ride the pig. Yeah, this is too simplistic of a graphic to have 3D coins. Dang it. That's fine though. But what I need to remind myself is that we're just going for look and feel. It's up to the developer to execute this. We might not be one-to-one matching. Yeah. Me too. I would have to say that I am fairly creative, just not in the visual space. Yeah. Yeah, I'll say it that way. Hello, Schnabel. It's just Writer's way of telling you to switch to Google Cloud. Or Workspaces. You could always use Azure Workspaces. Oh, right. I can't modify that. Jeez. I'm creative in how to dodge tasks at work. Nice. I applaud you for creating your own icons. I hate designing. I just go with random SVG. I'm really wanting to, but I also am trying really hard to increase my design skills. I have no interest in using Azure Workspaces. Doesn't it cost like, your 10th born child or something? Why aren't you all moving together? Excuse me, aren't you left blind? Does it mean for you to be center? You stay in place. Interesting. And why didn't you move still? I could have sworn that I just told you to. Oh. Oops. I know what I'm doing. How were there two? Oh, I put it over there. Okay. You and you group together to make transfers. Transfers gets left aligned so that when we move the parent, you guys what's going on? I am so confused. This thing is supposed to be inside of here. Yes. Yes. And this thing is supposed to be here with you. And you two, you four, you two are grouped into text stuff. And you, somebody help me. Good naming too. In it. Text stuff. We got a dad joke. Should I know what Azure Workspaces is? I don't know. Like the only way that I heard about it was we were discussing licensing on a stream some time ago and setting up development environments. And so Azure Workspaces came up as a way to be able to have developers, multiple developers, be able to auto layout is what I'm trying to do. Make it easier to set up workspaces for developers, essentially, to get people up and running as quickly as possible and be good to go that way and stuff. So I think if I recall correctly, and I could just be completely making this up, Workspaces is a cloud development environment for your product, project, whatever it is you're working on. This What? Oh, I didn't actually read the joke. Why did the house go to the doctor? It was having a window pane, which merited an oof from Snabble. Unless that was for me. Unless that was anyway, let's look it up. What are Azure workspaces? Collaborate with colleagues to create machine learning artifacts and group related work. Then what is the name of the thing that it was for the joke. What is the name of the thing that I'm thinking of then? Cloud Development Environment, Azure. Because we know about GitHub code spaces. Not deployment. Workstation. DevBox. DevBox is the thing that I actually meant. What's opposite of joke landed? It's a hand gesture. I did enjoy it though. It's a dad joke. You're supposed to not admit to enjoying it, but still laugh at it because it's so dumb. But yeah, essentially, DevBox, which I'm pretty sure this is the thing that I was thinking of, is a way for you to just have your machine. Oh my goodness, thank you so much for the sub. That is so kind of you. You really never have to do anything like that, but I will not admonish you for choosing to do so, because I am really grateful that you have chosen to do so. So thank you for that. But yes, it is cost limited, or it costs money. It costs money. It's a good idea. It's cool. It's where you can have your development environment set up almost like you're doing a container. You're spinning up a container that's already ready to do all of your development work, and your source code is already in some kind of repository. So you're able to clone the repository, work on your branch changes, whatever, and then do your commits and stuff. I think that there are ways for it to remember your profile and keep you at the same state that you were at previously. But that means that it demands less from your actual workstation. So you could have things like thin clients that just provide your connection to this thing in order for you to do your dev work. That'd be really, really nice to have in some places. I remember setting up my dev machine for my current job took about 3 days, and then building took another 2 or 3 days just to figure out how to get everything to build. Honestly, when I get a job, I owe you at least 10% because you're teaching me loads. Well, the stuff that I put out, the information that I put out, is intended to be just informational for anyone to be able to use however they want. So there's absolutely no need to compensate me for that. But I appreciate the sentiment, the thought. I want knowledge to be spread to everyone equally, freely, openly. Yeah. Yeah. You group X stuff. And you know what? If I think about it too hard, it's probably because I'm being I can't think of a good word. I was gonna say selfish, but I don't think that's quite the right word. It's almost a CYA tactic where I don't want to have to be responsible for the information that I give you. So if you give me compensation for the information, then I would feel obligated to do more research instead of just give you information as I know it to be true, which could be wrong. I try my best not to be give you false information or invalid information, but can't always guarantee that, can I? Okay, I am going to just put placeholder graphics here. And then this one is going to be distribute evenly, horizontally. Why aren't you distributing evenly horizontally? Oh, because you're in rows. Okay, so now distribute evenly horizontally. Why didn't that work? And you, same deal. Columns first. Yeah. If I think too hard about it, then that's my motivation. And I don't want that to be my motivation. I really, really, really want it to be that I just want everyone to have knowledge freely. Oops. Share the things I know where I can. Okay, then you, and you will now be left and right, top. And that way, when I resize now, the spacing isn't changing. I thought you were going to auto space yourself out for me. So instead of there was a pickle, and I found it, and it was all tasty, and there was sugar involved. And how do you get rid of auto layout? I don't want you to be auto layout anymore. Minus. Okay, instead what I'm going to do is have the inside thingies align themselves where they're supposed to be. Like so. And you are right. Was I actually saying anything? Or was I just talking out of my behind? Maybe. If I paid attention to what I was saying once in a while, I would know. So someday you'll teach the lion something. Absolutely. Yeah. Nothing in Paint works. Like your Windows Paint application. Have you tried another brush? I have. It's all broken. Okay, good enough. Great. And then something about changing all of you to 20. Vertically centered. Maybe that's what I did before. Vertically centered. Good. Good. Make you left. Make you right. Make you right. Make you left. And you are right. And you are wrong. Okay. Good. Now, when I resize, everything squishes like it's supposed to. And flips. That was fun. Moving on. Content is what I'm trying to do. So, looking at the dev spaces page, like they have a lot of features. So it's not fair because they have content to fill in. I can't come up with enough content to fill in my landing page for this app. And we've written down everything that you can do with it, I think. Somewhere. Those are feature improvements. I guess like it really is just these three things. You track your transactions, you can review them in a list, I guess. But man, I just don't know what other content we can add. But what I was trying to get at is they do have this really wide spanning look to it. There's enough text in this first area that they can have some major title, content, call to action button, another call to action button that takes up the entire space. And it could just be maybe the font sizes that they're using, because mine feel pretty big. Like if this is the size of the page, maybe bigger than this because we're in this squished window. This font size seems pretty big to me. Ask ChatGPT, and I kind of want to come up with my own because again, trying to be a designer, trying to do this from a designer's mentality, but at the same time, I'm not good enough for this. Like this statement here, we came up with on chat, on stream at first, and then I fed it to Automated Realms, I think it was. Maybe I did take it over to Gemini, and I was like, improve this statement. Improve this text content for a hero section of a financial management application. Pasta. That kind of looks like the same thing. I think it just spit the same thing back at me. But anyway, so this statement did come from AI in the end. You can always look at the answer to get inspired. True. Juan Van, the software is a financial management tracking application that allows you to manually input your deposits, payments, and transfers for specific accounts that you want to track. And the only other thing that you can really do, well, I guess two more things that you can do with it is you can view the transactions, the entire transaction history. You can view them by account, and you can also manage the types of accounts and stuff, but it's not as robust as, say, Mint, since, Mint is disappearing. So I can use Mint as an example, where Mint gives you a breakdown of, here's these types of accounts. What is pi with whatever big number that is, digits? It's a very, very big number. It's so large that it's hard for us to even comprehend. But if you want to know what the first that many digits of pi are, I can't provide that answer. However, you can find it on the internet or use a calculator that can handle such large numbers. Good answer, Automated Realms. Good answer. But yeah, just like you get budgets and stuff, which this app will do eventually, but right now it doesn't. And we need to redesign this page to accurately represent what this app can do currently. And so you can do payments, transfers, and deposits. Yeah, so I guess I can do that. So for those of you that can't see this because you're on a smaller screen or just looking away, I'm adding a section that's called View Your Transaction History, and the statement for it I'm putting is, wondering how you managed to lose track of $500 this month? View all of your transactions using our easy to read transaction history list. Because we're redesigning what it looks like anyway, so it will be easy to read once we actually implement it or redesign it. And you just, thank you. And actually, I really should let it wrap itself. Okay, and then what is the spacing for you two? Jesse says. There we go. So we can reword that better. All right. Napalm said, not sure if I should blame Writer or Microsoft on that one. Apparently in CS Proj, in an item group, a none update equals host.json no longer works. It has to be none include host.json. Very strange. Could be the Azure plugin, could be Writer, not sure. Are you changing your .NET version as well, or your CS Proj template type? Okay, so I don't know. Eater. All right, this is what I'm gonna do for this section. We're gonna take the content placeholder. Is that what you're called? Maybe that's it, Azure Function Packages. Yeah, so some NuGet packages. Again, it probably might not be, maybe, potentially, but it's at least a thing to check. Screens hot. Yes. Of transaction history grid. Dang it. You and you are who I'm trying to select. How about 60? Okay. Count selected. And then group by account. Not account selected, account filtered. Okay, so that's what those two placeholders are going to be. What I think I'm going to do then is, nope, hold Alt. Turn this into a component. Component. And call this my, actually, you know what? No, I know what I'll do. My graphics over here will get a variant. It's so hard to select the bounding box for this. And that variant is going to be paste to replace. No. Graphic content. Oh, this stuff goes away. Wait, I still need the box though. Paste first. Why isn't this working? I'm trying to modify. Oh. Okay, I'm trying to modify the this thingy, like so. Okay, good. And so this is going to be my placeholder. I need to update it here. Placeholder. Sure, it's a grayscale placeholder. Why not? Works for me. I got a message. I bet it's something they released as a minor or patch though, because I didn't take any major upgrades. Yeah, and that would seem like a breaking change. Like if you aren't able to build because of something like that, then it wouldn't be a minor patch. So it's most likely not that it's NuGet. A NuGet package. Unless you honestly track it to that, then bad on them. Bad job. Can I convert this to a frame? Give the frame the background, the fill color of this. I'm struggling to click on things. That's what I'm doing. Fill color. fill color. Can you feel it calling in? No. Yeah. Like, I totally thought there was a way that you could turn a group into a frame. Isn't there a convert to frame button? Convert to section, convert to frame. Interesting that I can't. Whatever. Redeem sing mode. Karaoke. Yes, please. Exclamation point. Sing. Exclamation point. Too bad it's not a redeem yet. I cannot comply with your request, as it is not a valid redemption. Okay. What I eventually plan on doing is, since this is just called graphic, it's a graphic component, I will put all of my reusable images and stuff in here as a graphic. And that way I can just use the placeholder component like so. Components, local components. How do I not have any local? Oh, because it's filtered. Shh. Graphic. And then choose placeholder. Okay. And I want one for count filtered. I want one for this text. And I'll go ahead and update the text here. So that I can update it in this one here. And then we take this one and paste to replace. I think I'm just now getting my first pattern that I think I'm going to really like doing, which is, instead of trying to come up with an actual icon or the actual picture content, I will be using these placeholders with the description of what it should be. Yeah, that's going to be really good. So there's that. Exception. Found it. They did indeed dork with this behavior. Oh man. Sorting through versions from 1.16.4. So okay. You're right about them not using version numbers correctly. But I think they're using the minor version to also indicate a potential breaking change. It was a freaking release note, or it was a freaking note in the release, not a changelog item. So you had to go into the actual issues/PR. I have the .NET PRs watched and actually send me an email for all of the issues that get addressed, because I need to keep an eye on it for major changes that affect hardware specific types of things, of libraries is what I meant to say. These to replace. Oh crap, this needs to move out though. paste your... Didn't I just move you out? Right. What's going on? Go here then. Why isn't that moving? Because I am not in the root content component. That would be you. Okay, this needs to move out. This needs to be pasted or replaced. Then I can group you together. Okay, there we go. Okay, and then you say decide on actual content. That one's really hard for me. I don't know what type of imagery, what types of imagery even to use here. Like up here, I have the full page piggy bank with the different coins and stuff. So maybe I can still use that over here. But I really liked our inspiration design that has the app on some device. It could be a laptop screen, which I tried and just failed at. Could be a mobile device. It doesn't matter what it's on. But at the same time, I don't want to just copy this entire design because it's a really good design to me. I like it a lot. Okay, but in any case, whatever we decide, whatever we end up with, all we'll have to do is pick this thing. So we'll design it, we'll put it into the graphic placeholder, and then we will just choose this component here and then choose whatever it is that we want to change it to. And it's going to work beautifully. It's going to be awesome when we do that. I would have voted for a pic of me, but yeah, the app image sounds good. Would you though, Dukasoft? Would you actually be okay with having your picture, a picture of your actual person that you are on stream in front of all these people? Is it only, probably not. Like, is your anxiety mostly just coming from not wanting to be physically near people? Because that's where mine is. Not wanting to have your voice heard by other people, talking on the phone or any communication device, because I know about that one and I know how stressful that can be. And I hope you don't think that I'm making fun of it, because I genuinely understand. Okay, this does kind of seem like a good approach so far. I guess input time. Do you so far like the approach of this section header is about tracking transactions? One of the functionalities that you can do with this application. Here's a problem. And was it you, Juan, that said it, or was it someone else? I can't remember. But recommended problem solution kind of approach. Present a problem, show how our app solves that problem. So I like that train of thought, that line of thinking. I don't like cams and mics at all. Phones work as long as I know the other person. Yeah, I know someone that even struggles just needing to be on the phone. Anything to do with answering the phone, known person or not, just not a pleasant experience. I wonder if I can resize. Excuse me, can I get this? Copy. If I paste or replace, can I resize you? what is it that isn't resizing? Oh, center. Ooh, what if I did scale? Would that make the text too small? Okay, can I actually change the size of the text in this component? I can. Well, that makes me happy. It makes me happy. It is a work in progress, though. I can take a few calls at work now. But yes, is it actually something that you want to improve on or change about yourself? Because that's always my thing. It's like, if this isn't something that you are wanting to do because, yeah, for whatever reasons you have, if it's because other people expect you to be that way, I start to just, my shoulders creep up to my ears, and I just want to shut down at that point in time. Yeah, I do want this to have at least this much padding. There we go. That's perfect. Maybe a little, but it mostly is need for the workplace. Yeah. And again, it's understandable. It's sad to me. But it is the world that we live in. So I get it. I want you to be proportionate left and right, man. That did it. That did it. Yes. Okay, cool. No, I need to stop saying that. I remember in previous streams in the past, I would say that a lot. The okay word that sounds like assistant, one of the assistants, and I was triggering at least one other person's assistant, and I don't like doing that. But yes, this is exactly what I want as far as being able to size this even. Why aren't you giving me the thank you for that? Okay, so I'm gonna take that and paste to replace J. Control Shift R. Control Shift R. Control Shift R. Thanks for the ideas though, Inline. I don't think the NuGet would have. I don't think the NuGet would have ever occurred to me to look at. Oh my goodness, the bot is dead. What are we gonna do? It is not dead. I refreshed it just before the stream, and we were talking with Automated Realms. How are you dead? Oh, no. I know what it is. Gosh. This is something that I've been wanting to do. Hopefully I'll do it on Friday. I've been spending Fridays not rebuilding the bot, which is what Friday streams are partially for, aside from Community Day. But up here, no, Dukasoft bot is not dead. Dukasoft bot is kicking. Yeah, dad joke. Who will tell us dad jokes? But this here is the connection to Twitch to listen for subs, or not subs, for redemptions. So this is the three-legged handshake thing that lets me do all of the important things on Twitch. And they changed, at least it seems like, I haven't researched this or anything, but they changed the timeout duration, the expiry, to where it dies after 8 hours, maybe less even. So the only way in my bot that I can reset this is by stopping the bot, restarting it so that it completely loses state on the server. Otherwise, it'll act like it's logged in the whole time. So I either want to add a refresh button or just give it the logic to use a refresh token. It should be able to. So all that I should have to do is send the refresh token request to the server. But I didn't code it to do that when I first did this because I didn't know how. Didn't even know that was a thing. But again, this is all just speculation. But now that I've gotten used to using refresh tokens, that's where my brain goes. And I was like, you know, we're going to implement it the right way when we remake the bot, so I shouldn't have to worry. All I have to do is just stop the bot and restart it before every stream and we'll be fine. But obviously, no, we are not doing the backend yet, Violet Dragon. It's gonna be a bit. I'm back in about 100 streams, and that's when we will be working on the actual implementation. I'm not gonna play that game, though. So, yeah. Okay, refresh. I mean, it's fun. It's fun. Definitely, just not for me. Okay, what do we say? Are you listening now? Yay! Shoot. 40, 20. This is going to be called the BitGamey parameters. If you start with 40, 20, then call it BitGamey. Oh my goodness, that was way too soft. 18. Yes. Don't mind the the sound effect lag. Or not lag. Desynced. Exclamation point pew, exclamation point shoot, exclamation point shoot. Dang. See what I mean? Pew 40 auto. Nice. He got it on the first try. Dang. BitGamey gave us the magic numbers for airtime. You still get 2 more shots. Try to get a higher score. Try to hit it closer to the middle. This would be like a really, really small change because even one power level thingy, yeah. You could do like 19.8 maybe. Ooh, that works. Perfect. 75 points. So yeah, 2 things that I want to change about the archery game. 1, giving you a higher score the longer the arrow stays in the air. 2, give you a cumulative score based on your 3 shots. And 3, give you a bonus score when you... Very nice. Oh, so close. It's like the magic combination. And it's so weird because Oh, Dukasoft, I think you just gave us the answer. It played the full power sound, and then it played the draw sound when you did the lower number. And then when you did the lower number again, it didn't replay the draw sound. And it's probably because the audio component was already loaded and it didn't reset. So we need to figure out how to reset the track in an already loaded component, because it will only play autoplay when the component shows up. So I need to make sure that the component completely unrenders, disrenders, and then re-renders. But again, that's for the bot remake. Oh, I think I was saying that. The whole point behind me not making the change for the bot yet was I'm thinking we're going to remake the bot, so I'll just do it right that way. I did say that whole thing, didn't I? You're living in the past. This is the 14th century. Bot. Sound. Likely due to the HTML not unrendering / resetting the sound clip after the first time it is played. So here's a test. If we change out the sound that we play every turn, does it play a sound every turn? So exclamation point shoot to 100. I want a bug that keeps replaying sound. So we heard the laser and then we put it below 90. We heard the draw and then back over 90 again. No. Okay, so if it plays it once, then either the sound clip is cached and or keeps showing up as it's already played, or the element never disappears and re-renders. Yeah, we'll get it figured out. It'll be grand. For 35. Okay, so this is working for me. I'm starting to like this better. I think this is called blocking out. And speaking of blocking out, I'm getting like another series of 30 to 40 calls, consecutive calls that keep getting blocked by my spam blocker. And it's kind of funny because that's even more distracting than just letting the phone ring for one of the calls. It's really annoying. I need to just even turn off the vibration so that it just doesn't vibrate. The whole point is you're supposed to, not distract me. Okay, so blocking this out works a little bit better for me than trying to come up with an icon or graphic or whatever to use in every place. Oh, that sounds super tasty. What does that even look like? I want pictures. Spaghetti Napoli. Oh man. Does it look like any of these? Have the callers play the archery game while they wait for you to have time. But with fissy pasta, I don't know what fissy pasta is. Fusilli. Well, I copy him. Oh. Oh, fusilli. I know these noodles. Oh, yum. We make something that's like this. One of my favorite Blue Apron meals. So good. So good. Look at this chicken. Or pork. I can't tell. Are you chicken or pork? Chicken. Kung Fu pasta. Oh. You eat the vegetarian kind. Well, I hope you enjoy it to the max. See what I did there? Terrible. Okay, moving on. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that it's gonna have these two sections, but it has max taste. Oh man, you guys were going off on Bardaki's stream. I can't remember what the pun was, but it just went on for like tens of minutes. Speaking of Bardaki, if you guys have not ever watched a Bardaki stream, I highly recommend checking him out. He's working on a game called The You Wanted War, which was recently renamed to The Unwanted War. And I don't know how recent is, but anyway, The Unwanted War, which is a real-time strategy game where he is planning or already doing multiple Rob Lang, thank you so much for being here. You just showed up right at the end of the stream, where you can play across any timeline or from famous military styles of different timelines pitted against each other, which is crazy. But yeah, you're joining me while you do dishes. That's awesome. You are always welcome to lurk. You're always welcome to hang out actively. Yeah. But it is 12:30 my time, which is about my quitting time. What we're going to do next with the financial management tracker. Oops. I need to click over here, do what I'm trying to do. What we're going to do next with the financial management tracker design is just add a footer. 2 sections is good. We'll style these after that. We'll find some actual content to put into these placeholders. And yeah, and then we will, once we're done with all of that design, we will mark it as ready for development so that whenever we get a UI developer, they can implement our design. And of course, that's going to be us in the future. But right now we are just designers. So I'm talking like we only know how to do design, even though I'm still learning. So with that said, that is the end of my stream for today. The next time that we do financial management will be on Monday, because I only work on the financial management tracker on Mondays and Wednesdays, and similar to BitGamey's pattern, which if you don't know BitGamey, another fantastic developer who I was hoping had his computer fixed enough to be able to stream today, but it kind of looks like he isn't ready for that yet. He's been having computer issues, but he's a fantastic streamer. Really good person to hang out with. You would enjoy him most likely. Most probably. Xcoding. Okay, cool. But yeah, that's going to be it for me for now. So Fridays I do community day, and that's where I invite any number of you to hop into one of the Discord voice channels and then have you just have a conversation on stream live. And then I pay more attention to chat. I answer more questions if I can, more in-depthly, more researchedly. And other than that, that's going to be it for now. I'm going to post this VOD to YouTube sometime or another. Fridays or Mondays I didn't get to until this morning, just before the stream. But I'm thinking I don't need to wait 24 hours anymore after the stream to be able to post it to YouTube's. So depending on how far I get into my actual day job, that's when I'll post it. Okay, that's it. I actually got to type /raid. We're heading over to Xcoding, another fantastic developer who typically works on their own shell code. Yeah, but we're gonna head over to Xcoding today. So feel free to join me. I'll be around on other people's streams. Right now I am lurking on Xcoding, Sedalix, and Muniz, and probably one other. Oh, I'll join CodeRads as well. But I will be more active on Xcoding stream than the others. Okay, ciao for now. Oh, shout out for Thindle. Check out Thindle, who streams on Tuesdays typically. He didn't stream yesterday because he was at the Capitol, is how he worded it. But .NET developer, modernizing apps, fun stream, great times. Oh, but Dukasoft said he might be streaming later today, so awesome. I'll be there if he is. Okay, ciao. As my music gets quieter because it's ending the song, and we're going to start a really loud song.